As we mark National Older Americans Month, new research is challenging the idea of the golden years. A new fulfillment index takes a deeper look at what it really means to age well, and it's far more than just physical health. Many older adults lack connection, purpose, and more. Joining us now is Dr. Sanjay Shetty and Dr. Carrie Burnett to tell us more. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So we've heard this idea of the golden years, and it sounds so comforting and very exciting to look forward to. But is that image still realistic for many older Americans today?
It's an important question because every day 10,000 more of us are turning 65. And the assumption that it's just about physical health is simply not supported in new research that is showing us that older adults are looking at the complexity of the social, psychological, financial realities of what it means to age well. And what we're learning is that fulfillment is extremely important.
It is very important. So let's kind of dive into this fulfillment index and what does that really reveal to us?
Yeah, thank you for the question. At Centerwell, our mission is to help older adults live healthier, happier lives. And that's why we did the research to develop the Centerwell Fulfillment Index, which lets us look at what really matters to people as they're aging, but also allows us to think differently about what we can do to help people live longer and actually live longer well. Importantly, one of the most important things that came out of this research is that as we think about the concept of aging well, physical health alone doesn't explain it. We have to look at a number of other factors, things like purpose, connection, comfort, independence, and security. These are the things that we need to focus on as we want to understand the experience of adults who are aging. And as a medical community looking forward, we look forward to a day where we'll be able to compare clinical outcomes with a whole person index, like the fulfillment index, so that we can understand all of the things that matter to our patients, and so we can help them live the way that they want to live.
You know, you did mention that we often assume that if someone is physically healthy, that they're doing well, but why is that too simplistic when it comes to aging?
The physical part of health is measurable and observable and of course important, but there's much more. So the pursuit of improving our lives, older adults' lives, is not just removing the challenges, but also to bolster these factors that support. And what I love about the fulfillment index, it gives us the language and the measurement to open these conversations about improving our long 100-year lives.
And even beyond physical health, you know, so many people take into account mental health and connection and independence, kind of shaping that day to day. So why is that equally as important as physical health?
Well, you know, all of those areas are so important. As we're helping people live longer, we have to start to pivot away from just treating illness to actually helping them live longer well on their own terms. And as we've been talking about, there are so many elements that underlie this concept of fulfillment, where each one of them is associated with happiness or healthier lifestyles, but really important for us to think beyond that, right? Because together they form this concept called fulfillment, and it's something that we need to understand both so that we can understand the experience of an individual older adult, but also so that we can have those deeper conversations to sort of find the things that matter to people that you won't find if you focus just on a lab result or on a vital sign, and instead develop a plan and a set of interventions that will actually help you understand how we can help them live better over time.
Oh, for sure. So if viewers are watching right now, what is one simple step that they can take today to help themselves or a loved one to really feel that fulfillment?
Today, focus on what matters to the older adult in your life and learn more about fulfillment. You can read this research at centerwell.com/CWFI.
All right, this was a wonderful conversation. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.